Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's weekly reading for December 16th to the 22nd. This week, Taurus, we have the Imrama Oracle card, we have the Hermit, Three of Swords, Six of Cups, the Magician, Judgment, and the Ten of Swords. So half the spread here is Major Arcana. Taurus, we've got some pretty powerful cards here. Also the Ten of Swords, it's almost, for me, a bit like a Major Arcana, because obviously it's a powerful energy. It is a painful ending, a strong completion, that kind of thing. So generally the more Major Arcana, the more significant an event is in your life, and the more closely it can be linked to our soul contracts, our karma, life lessons, that kind of thing. So some of you are going through or have been through a significant completion recently. You're being called to journey to somewhere. I can see exactly where that is, probably within seeking the answers, seeking the wisdom, doing that healing, and through that process, that is alchemical. That is the process of transmuting the energies from that situation so that you can really get on and create the future for yourself that you truly desire. So we'll unpack the cards in a second. I'm just going to read out that oracle card for you, Imrama. Where you've been called to journey to. The Celtic word Imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we're going, but our soul knows the way. If you pulled this card, you are either being called on a soul journey or are already on one. It could be to a physical ancient place or metaphoric. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and the planet as well. You're being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is a journey to the world's sacred sites, or called to cross the country, climb a mountain, lie on the desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. These are places to see and meet old friends. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. Now, this pilgrimage that they're talking about in this card as well, Taurus, just in the next paragraph, which I didn't read out, it talks about it sometimes not being a physical pilgrimage, about going within, about journeying into your soul to, really, access your inner wisdom, to connect with your higher self. That's what I see in the Hermit card. But before we get there, well, let's start at the start. I'm going to start here with the Ten of Swords, which also came out with the Five of Wands. Okay, so here we obviously have an ending in the recent past. Even though it's recent past position, some of you may have been through this already. For some of you, it may be, you're in the process of it now, or you could be on the threshold of it unfolding. But, the Ten of Swords is a very definite ending, and it can be a painful one. It can come with hurts. It can come with even deception or betrayal. And also, links to illness or fatigue or burnout. It's kind of like being pushed a little bit too far. You're almost a little bit over the edge in terms of your health, in terms of your mental and emotional well-being. So it is an unfortunate way to end a situation, but sometimes we find ourselves in Ten of Swords endings because we've held on too long past the situation's used by date. We haven't, taken heed of the signs that the universe might have planted along the way. So we can either find ourselves at a Ten of Swords or a Tower moment, because it's kind of like something trying to get our attention and say, hey, this is not serving you anymore. It's time to end it. And we can see here with the Five of Wands that potentially there was a certain amount of conflict in this situation, maybe even like the pettiness. Some of you might have suffered gossip. If you've gone through a relationship breakup, there could be gossip in the friendship group, in the workplace. If it's the ending of a role or getting made redundant, maybe even losing your job, there could have been rumors and office politics, that kind of thing. That's all that sort of pettiness that goes with that Five of Wands. But it can also just be that conflict energy, that conflict that's probably been in that situation for a while, because it was meant to end, but maybe you kept hanging on a bit too long, and it's really just been a lot of squabbling with other parties, or gossip or that sort of thing. But it's time for that to end, because it's definitely not constructive and can lead to burnout. But the beautiful thing about the Ten of Swords to remember is that, you know, there is this beautiful new dawn on the horizon that is ready to eclipse that darkness, and we can see what that's going to burst through. This is basically your, you know, your personal power. That magician energy is waiting here. You might be feeling defeated now, but that is about to change. But yeah, that ending is what is to transpire first. You know, and that I'm matching that there with the Judgment card, because, you know, this is your wake-up call, this ending. The universe is saying it's time for you to release situations, events, people, relationships, jobs, whatever it is for you, since it's a general reading, that has been keeping you small, confined, constricted, has been keeping you from seeing the big picture, from seeing, you know, your full life path, seeing the vision of what's possible for your life. Because if you're trapped in a small dark space, you know, how can you access your higher self? How can you be intuitive? How can you access your inner light in that way? Well, these people here have heard the call, have heard the wake-up call, have heard the universe saying, you know what, time out on that situation. And they're offering themselves. They're saying, you know what, I'm actually willing to come out of this situation, this box, completely naked. That's how much I want to transform. I'm willing to be completely vulnerable in front of you, God, in front of you, the angel, in front of others. So it's about nothing left to lose, because you know you can only move forward from this situation. So, you know, it is judgment time, and judgment is asking you, this judgment, this last call is asking you to end this situation, because there are bigger and better things that are more suited with you on the horizon. Judgment card can be it can talk about second chances and forgiveness, whether you're moving on or not. I would say there's probably, you know, forgiveness needed in this situation, so you don't carry these swords into your future with you. And forgiveness obviously helps heal any hurts or broken hearts, that kind of thing. In terms of second chances, you know, there might be some salvageable things in this situation, but sort of similar to the Tower energy, if we want to salvage and restart and mend a situation, we need to do so from a different place. We don't want to rebuild the same tower. You know, otherwise we find ourselves just some way down the track at another Ten of Swords or another tower over the same incident, and we've lost time, we've lost energy, and we could have been getting on and doing bigger and better things with our lives. So yeah, I mean, the situation's not going to be without its hurt, I would say. Three of Swords can be the deep hurts, the grief, the sadness, the sorrow, the wounds that we carry with us after going through difficult times. It can be inevitable. But, you know, the key to healing that broken heart is to remove these swords. Because, you know, those swords through the heart can be the harsh words that we were told, the things that happened in that job, that relationship, that toxic friendship that made us feel like we weren't good enough, that made us feel, or maybe slip into being a bit of a martyr or victim mentality, can just be another person's anger or aggression towards you, you know, those sharp-tongued words. But as soon as we, you know, forgive that person for their part in it, and, you know, realize that those words and those feelings don't belong to us, they're just what our mind and ego tells us. Once we release that, then we can get on and get back to ourselves. And once you take those swords out and this heart, you know, is fully exposed, we have that feeling of exposure down here under judgment as well. This heart heals, and it heals twice as strong, because scar tissue builds that, you know, that graft over the wound. So yeah, I mean, also with the Hermit card crossing that here, this is about taking that journey within in order to heal. Maybe you might want to do some self-reflection. Some of you might be trying to, you know, understand the situation, gather that hindsight that makes you realize, you know, that everything transpired for a reason. Yeah, I mean, self-reflection is different from, you know, obviously over-analysing the situation. We don't want to do that. It's about going within to seek the answers, to seek the growth, to restore, renew and heal in order to move forward. It can be a sense of a bit of a spiritual journey as well. And I know a lot of people who have suffered deep hurts or strong emotional situations can be called to connect with spirituality or go through a little bit of a spiritual awakening as well. Judgment card also speaks about that. There's the link to the star energy here, burning in the Hermit's lantern. Star card is all about coming back into a place of mental and emotional and physical balance. It is the card of healing and renewal. And you know, this Hermit here, I mean, he's got the small star in the lantern. It's only burning brightly enough for him to see the first couple of footsteps in front of him, and he'll be able to shuffle forward. But as he seeks the answers, the deeper he goes within and the more he heals, then that star energy, or that star in that lantern, starts burning brighter and brighter, and more of the path forward, more of the path out of that kind of internalized feeling is revealed. But it happens in time, and it happens alongside the healing process. You know, the Hermit is said to have a 9-month energy, guys. So not saying that you're going to be feeling 3 of Swords for 9 months, but this process of, you know, transmuting that situation and those energies and really getting yourself back into a high vibrational state could take some time to complete. But I do think things will start shifting fairly immediately. Pull those swords out, go within. The wisdom lies within you. But very soon, you know, you will be emerging as the Magician. And I think this is probably that point that you're going to come to or realize as you go within in your Hermit mode. You know, you're going to realize that you are the conscious creator of your reality and the co-creator with the universe. And only you can, you know, make the right moves to pull yourself out of any funks that you might be in, to now seek what you truly desire into your physical reality. I mean, you have all the tools at your disposal in order to do that. And, you know, the Magician, he points to the heavens and the earth. And so he knows he's pulling down the energy from the spiritual realm and sort of using that to materialize things in his physical realm. There's also the saying with the Magician, as above, so below. And for me, this means that, you know, however you're feeling on the inside, whatever your energy is, your vibration, your level of consciousness, that's what you're portraying, that's what you're putting out into the world. And then the law of attraction says that you're going to attract like experiences and situations and people to you. So this is the reminder, and that Hermit energy is about you going in not only to heal but to raise your vibration so that you can be the Magician that then attracts the abundance, who realizes his full potential and is able to magnetize that those experiences towards him. And you know, that's exactly what you will be doing. So if you can raise that vibration, become the Magician of your reality, you're now going to get your energy in a position where you can receive again, because you will be magnetizing high vibrational situations that make you feel great on an emotional level. Joy and harmony and love will be attracted to you. So that's the 6 of Cups energy. You know, the classic meaning of that card is it can be someone coming back from the past with an offer of love or an apology. For me, this really stands for the kind of energy that you can attract in through going on this journey. But yes, that means that there can be the potential for romantic love, work situations that make you feel joyful and that kind of thing. Because once you achieve that on the inside, once you achieve joy on the inside through this healing process, through letting go of these denser energies, that's what you are going to be attracting back towards you. So great things are inevitable when you're in that state. Taurus, it's a bit of a journey for you this week and beyond, and I wish you all the best with it. If you are going through that completion, yes, I just keep in mind, you know, that Hermit energy is there to help you retreat, understand, and to regenerate your energy. I hope you enjoyed the reading, guys. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so not every Taurus's week is going to play out like that. Take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Feel free to leave me a comment. Always love to know how it's playing out in your daily life, and I'll be back here with you next week for another reading.